Hello everybody! So today I thought that I would show you the things that I've crocheted and knitted. I'm just gonna jump straight into it. The first thing that I made, which, let's see what's up on this. This is a sweater that I crocheted. It's quite short. It's shorter than I expected. It ends, well, when I hold it up to my body, it looks like it ends at like this far above my belly button, but in reality it ends sort of here when you wear it. So that was a surprise for me when I finished it. I spent, what could it be? I worked on this on and off for maybe a week, or maybe it was more than that, I don't remember. And it's just, I crocheted, it's just a big square, and then the sleeves are kind of short. They start here. They look shorter than they are since part of this sleeve is actually the square for the body. So it drapes like so, and I haven't worn it much. It's I mean, it's nice, but it was shorter than I expected. And then I followed the same pattern again and crocheted another sweater. That's the exact same pattern, but a thinner yarn. And I'll link the patterns in the description if you're curious. Yeah, and I thought I made this a bit longer than the last one, and this doesn't stick out as much. I mean, I could probably block them to make them lay flatter and not be so short, but I don't have the time, I don't have the patience to block it. I blocked a blue sweater that I made, and that actually helped because I didn't do any ribbing at the bottom. So that helped to make it not stick out as much. And then I made, let's see, what's the front? This is just basically just two sleeves on either side, and then there's a small part up here, and then I made sort of like a turtleneck. And yeah, these are just some fun sleeves to wear when I want to layer it with something. And this also sticks out a bit, as you can see, so maybe I could block this, but once again I don't have the patience for that. So let's get into this bag. What else have I made? Ooh, the first ever balaclava that I made. It's a Teletubby one, and let me put this on real quick, because this is a kooky one, and I enjoy kooky projects, as you can tell. So this balaclava, I crocheted this. Sorry about that, the memory card on my camera is apparently full, so I'm going to switch to my phone. But as I was saying, this is not as neat looking as my knit balaclavas that I'm going to show you right now. Oh no, actually, before we get into that, I'm just going to show you a really simple hat that I made. I knitted this, and it's just 2x2 ribbing all the way around, and I messed up a bit here at the edge because I twisted my stitches when I was stitching in the round. But I found a really helpful tutorial on YouTube on how to fix that, so yeah, I'm not happy about this part, but overall it's a nice little hat. For spring maybe. It's not as cold anymore, so maybe for fall. But now let's get into the balaclavas. So the first balaclava that I made, it's not actually finished. I used the Mega Ball yarn from Hobby, and I haven't done the ribbing around the waist part. And this is a pattern that I found on YouTube, and I was really intimidated by it at first, because I haven't really knit that much in quite a few years, so I thought, I can't possibly make this. But I did a test run and I liked how it turned out. So, of course I don't have my balaclavas there, hang on a second. So, I made another one, and I'm just gonna throw this on real quick. And this looks like so, and I'm really happy about this actually. Yeah, it wasn't, I just knit in the round 2x2 rib until I reached the part where I wanted it to open, and then I just casted off the stitches for the hole, knitted all the way up to here with stockinette stitching, and then I followed the pattern to decrease and close it up, and then I did the ribbing. I picked up stitches along the opening and did the ribbing, and of course I couldn't just stop at 2 balaclavas. I of course had to make a third one, and that's exactly the same except it's in purple. And then I took a little break from knitting and crocheting, and I then came back and decided that I wanted to make another sweater. And this is also a cropped sweater. I decided to not follow a pattern for this. I just used what I learned from making this one and making this one. And I just used the tips and tricks that I got from doing those, and I did this one. I knitted it flat, and then I sewed the front and back pieces together again, as I did with the other ones. I'm thinking of actually following Erin B's raglan crochet tutorial pattern to make another sweater, of course, but that starts from the neck hole and you go down instead of starting down and going up. And I'm happy with this one. I actually did block this one because it was sticking out like so, as it tends to do when you don't do any ribbing. And this is just plain old stockinette stitching, and yeah, I haven't actually cut off the ends at the ends of the sleeves yet, but I'm planning on that. Ooh, I can't forget, I crocheted this little boy, this big boy. It's a pattern on Ribbler that I followed, and it was called Tiny Fox. And I followed the pattern exactly, but since I was using a larger hook and a much chunkier yarn, because I think they were using like a 2mm hook and I used an 8mm hook, it turned out to this big bad boy. And yeah, I was thinking about giving him some eyes, but I haven't done that yet, and I quite like the way he looks. I mean, it could be a rat as well. And I think I spent, a few days on him. I'm not the fastest knitter or crocheter, as we all know, so it took quite some time. And as I said, the next project I'm gonna do is the ribbed sweater from the Erin B tutorial. I will link that below as well. And yeah, those are my projects so far. No, actually, that's not it. I have one more thing to show you. I made a top. Well, it's supposed to be a top made from scrap yarn, left over from when I made the black sleeves. But I ran out of yarn when I was going to make this part. So it's looking more like a bra. I haven't actually worn it yet. I don't know how it's going to fit me since the yarn is quite chunky. But we'll see when it gets warmer. So yeah, that was all of my projects that I have completed so far, and I hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough video, and I will see you very soon. Bye!